All right, so Batman and Robin, peanut butter and jelly, milk and cookies, some things just go together. The same can be said for fine wine and great food, or wine and me, for example. Okay, here to show us how to choose the perfect pair is Ryan Levy. He's the owner of Nice Winery. Hello,
hey,
good
Deborah,
to see
how
you
you doing?
again.
Good to see you.
Good. All right, remind folks of how Nice Winery came about.
Yeah, so I trained in France almost 20 years ago. I'm a chef by training. I trained at Le Cordon Bleu, and I believe that wine is food, and so started making wine 12 years ago with the purpose of pairing wine with food and making wine that's organic and sustainable.
Yeah.
So clean crafted wine.
And congratulations, it can't be said enough. Houston Rodeo Uncorked is one of the things that you've won an award at before.
Yeah, they just did the judging for next year's rodeo 2 weeks ago, and they announced all the big winners. So pretty exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so when it comes to pairing, a lot of us are so confused at what wine does. You always say start with a wine that you love, period, but there are some things to keep in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I brought 3 very different wines today for us to pair with food, and I brought some food from our winery as well. And I think we're going to do a first pairing. I saw you were just talking about sushi.
Oh, you want to pair with sushi?
Yeah,
yes.
we should make a pairing with
Lee,
sushi.
Thank you very much.
So I make a wine here in Texas. The vineyard is in Texas. We make this at our Houston winery. It's a nice Texas Blanc, and it's made from a grape called Blanc du Bois. You're gonna love this. Look at that glass quart.
Yeah, I love that.
And pour some of this to pair with the sushi.
Okay.
All right,
Nice.
Grab a glass and you'll see. So that is amazing pairing with shrimp, grilled fish, sushi. Any of that is going to be a great pairing.
Do we bite first, then drink, or drink first, then bite?
So what I normally tell people to do is have a sip of the wine, roll it around in your mouth, then have a bite of the food, and then do both together.
Okay, this is good. This is really good. All right, you're right. Wine is food. You're absolutely right about that.
Yeah. And what's
Okay.
neat about this wine, again, it's pure, clean crafted wine, so it doesn't have all those sugars and additives and chemicals that a lot of the mass-produced wines have.
Yeah,
so,
that's the difference. And today, what's so great, because wine used to be exclusive at one point, but now we have many more wineries that are able to do things and control what they're doing, right?
That's right. We just have to know the difference as consumers between wine made by a family in small batches that's made naturally and organically versus wine made at a factory that's mass-produced and is out there everywhere.
All right.
Excellent.
Okay. Next.
All right, so the next wine that we're going to have is
It has a medal on it.
Yeah,
Look at that.
so this just got awarded a double gold class champion, which means that all of the judges that judged it, every single one of them gave it the highest possible score, and it was the top winner in its class.
That is amazing. I mean, especially you've not been in the winery business that long, right?
Yeah, just 12 years.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and when you win at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, not only do you win a cool belt buckle as your trophy, but it gives money back to fund scholarships for Texas kids.
Yeah, which is fantastic. And that's, remind me, did you get a scholarship?
I did.
Yeah.
I was able to go to my dream college, Rice University, thanks to the generosity of Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
This is how it comes full circle. Okay.
So let's pour a little bit of the Courage. We actually created this wine after Hurricane Harvey to pay tribute to all of the first responders
nice.
that helped our neighbors get out of flooded waters. So it's got a fireman's hat on it. It's called Courage. It's a red blend. I'm actually going to pour the Courage into a decanter for you there.
Okay.
Because it needs a little bit of air. So we'll decant some of it, and then I'm going to pour it into a glass.
And what's that doing when we pour it into a decanter?
So our big, full-bodied red wines need a little bit of air. They need to open up. We need to soften the tannins in the wine a little bit. And so by giving it a little air, it's going to make it more enjoyable when it gets to your mouth. So I'm going to pour a little bit of that for you. And your decanter doesn't have to be fancy. I mean, this is a pretty basic decanter.
And I just think you can just go ahead and...
Well, there you go. Skip the middleman.
Oh, that's good. Decanter wine is good, people. Oh, wow.
And I like to pair this with, one of these holiday favorites that maybe your grandmother or your aunt used to make, cheddar icebox crackers.
Yes.
So where you make the log and you put it in the fridge and then you slice it up. So grab one of those. These are great pairings with wine and a holiday favorite.
These are so good. I could eat a whole bucket of these right here. Okay, and. So you have that savory of the cracker,
right,
and then you have this really good, heavy, full-bodied wine. Delicious, delicious, delicious.
Excellent.
What do we have next?
And well, we have a 3-time champion, our Vixen red blend. It's a blend of 2 grapes, Grenache and Syrah. And the Vixen this year again won a reserve class champion. It's won its class 3 years in a row. And so I'll pour some of that for you. We might need another glass.
Here, I'm going to make a blend. I'm going to make my own blend right here if you don't mind. I know everyone
You're a
who's
winemaker
yeah,
now.
That's why I'm a winemaker. Okay, there
All
we
right,
go.
so let's pour some Vixen for you.
There we go. And let me compare it. A little bit lighter, right?
Yeah, so this
Yeah.
is a little bit lighter, and we're pairing this with venison sliders. So these sliders have a little bit of blue cheese and also some caramelized onions on them, and that's just
nice.
going to be a perfect pairing. I love to pair the Vixen with barbecue, with pulled pork tacos, with wild game like venison sliders.
Yeah.
Really great pairings for those wines.
This is awesome. And if you're trying to make a nice gift just for someone for the holidays, this is nice right here. I like the way you have that set up.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to wrap up real quickly with the biggest mistake people make with wine and how they can let go and just enjoy wine.
Yeah, absolutely. People should not take wine so seriously. Look for a wine they love and try something new. You know, variety's the spice of life, so I tell people, try a wine you haven't had before and open your eyes to something that's going to be delicious.
All right, I'm inviting you to my holiday party. To learn more about nice wines, just visit nicewines.com.